Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. So if you didn't catch on Up and Adam Channel 1, welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. But if you didn't catch it on Up and Adam Channel 1, today we did hot, messy topics with none other than Ashley from tasteofreality.com. But also, we dropped the first episode of our new podcast with Monica Garcia from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City called The Salty Podcast. It's going to be good. Shit's about to hit the fan. And you know what? So unapologetically, like on Up and Adam, I definitely am myself. I do kind of tone things down a little bit, but there's a different banter. I noticed this when Monica stayed at my house when she came to my birthday. I noticed that there's like a real brother and sister, like, shut up. No, you shut up. Oh, hell no. Kind of vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, you make me feel like I'm at home, which is probably something I should go to therapy for. Anyways, back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County. Let's jump right in. Do all the YouTubey things. Let's go. Like we do it. All right, guys, we're going to start right here with the Shannon Beador of it all. Now, thank you to Reality Blurb. Shannon Beador addressed what did not air on the current season of The Real Housewives of Orange County, her drama with Tamra Judge and Alexis Bellino, and her past relationship with Alexis's new boyfriend, John Jansen, who's obviously currently suing her. Following their breakup, John claimed that he lent Shannon $75,000 to cover her plastic surgery, but Shannon failed to pay him back. In the current season of the show, she's forced to film with Alexis, John's girlfriend, and Tamra, who was once Shannon's friend, but seemingly turned after Shannon's DUI. On Sheena Shea's Shenanigans podcast, Sheena asked who she would name, Shannon, as the most boring housewife. And she said Peggy Salahian. That's the one who bored her the most. But she claimed that Tamra is the biggest chore in horror. She also called Tamra the pettiest. Now, though Shannon wants less of Alexis on the show, she also wants OC alum Gretchen Rossi to return. Shannon indicated that she previously didn't like Gretchen because Tamra didn't, and Shannon wanted to be a good friend to Tamra. But she recently had a sit-down conversation with Gretchen, which was really nice. And I thought, gosh, she's a really sweet girl. I can't believe I didn't even try to pursue any sort of friendship with her. Now, Sheena said that at the last BravoCon, when Vicky was given an award by her former castmates, Alexis went off script to suggest that she herself, the only woman on stage who has not slept with Slade Smiley, Gretchen's husband. She said, I had no idea Gretchen was going to be there. It was a surprise, is what Sheena said. So I'm talking to her after and I'm like, wait, so that was not planned? And she was like, no. She was very offended by it. So later that night at the after party, I see Alexis and she's like, oh my God, hi, I'm Alexis. And I'm like, you're the one who said something really rude about my friend's husband on stage. And she was just like, But according to Sheena, she then said, nice to meet you, and immediately walked away. Shannon then claimed that Tamra was seething at BravoCon to see Gretchen and Alexis on stage, but Tamra and Alexis made up at the after party. Shannon later confronted Tamra about posting photos with Alexis, with Shannon reminding Tamra that she sent us a letter during her ex-husband Jim's past lawsuit. Tamra said, I think Jim made her do it. That's what Shannon recalled. But, you know, that's part of our season because she told me to dig that letter up. So we'll see if I was able to dig. Shannon said that she would absolutely not be open to a friendship with Alexis in the future. According to Shannon, she first learned of the friendship when someone called her, letting her know of a photo of them together. The minute that I got a call, I knew that they were going to be dating. I just knew it. Shannon claimed that after her breakup with John, they ended up getting back together, but they didn't really admit it because, as she now believes, they both knew deep down that it wasn't going to work because there was too much blood spilled. Now, the star said that John would love bomb her by sending her flowers every day with notes that said things like, thinking of your beautiful smile. And slowly he would leave his clothes at my place. And when the pandemic hit, he really only had to bring a few more items of clothes because everything was basically at my house. And if I look back now, we should have ended things a year in. Shannon said that John would claim that he didn't like the show, but she felt like he enjoyed it. and he liked to go out and be noticed. Like he used to say, I'm so proud to have you on my arm. He's clearly love bombing again with Alexis. Now, Shannon also said she believes John pursued a relationship with Alexis to maintain a spot on this platform. She claimed that before they broke up, John suggested that Shannon cut her hair to be more age appropriate because long hair with extensions looked phony. And then he would say, why did these girls dress so provocatively? You know, like they really should cover up and be conservative. And I feel like I don't even know him. She also claimed that she found out John was suing her through People magazine. They gave People a copy of the complaint. He never asked me for the money back, and I offered him payment in full because the attorney's fees are going to go way over $75,000, and he said no. And so clearly it's not about money. He wouldn't sign a non-disparagement agreement, which is standard when you settle with someone, so clearly he wanted to disparage me or hurt me. She also called it odd that Shannon's one other lawsuit with Alexis, his ex-husband, yeah, that is kind of odd. And she addressed how John added a fraud claim to his own lawsuit, claiming that she intentionally took money from him and he's now seeking punitive damages. Emily tells me, because she's an attorney, like she says it's so suspect that he did this during filming. Pretty much wondering why he didn't ask for the money when they broke up. Shannon shared that her recent dinner fight with Tamara and Alexis was the worst day of filming in her 10 years on the show. And she said that Alexis claimed at the time that Shannon wasn't a good girlfriend because she would never sleep at John's house. I said to her, I had 3 kids under the age of 18. So yeah, I was going to sleep at my house. I remember Tamara saying, oh, now you're mom shaming her. It's like, no, I have young kids. And Shannon praised Gina Kirschenheiter for being the most supportive throughout the ordeal. But regarding castmates' reactions to her DUI, Shannon said that Tamara isn't coming from a place of caring, but is all for show. Shannon claimed that Tamara labeling her an alcoholic is defamatory, and she explained that she'll still go out and have a few drinks, but if it becomes a problem, she'll address it. Now, reflecting on her relationship with John, Shannon said John is a drinker, and they went out all the time. And she revealed that the Tres Amigas, the comedy show, compromised of herself, Tamara and Vicky, it's done for good, and there isn't a chance of them getting back together. Though Vicky and Shannon will still be touring after the DUI, Shannon wanted to remove an alcohol song and video from the comedy show, but Tamara told them to put it back in, despite Tamara later claiming that Shannon's DUI was the reason she quit the show. Shannon recalled that after Tamara commented on a photo of John and Alexis together, Shannon asked her about it, and Tamara told her to grow the fuck up. We had a nasty text exchange, and then she's like, have another drink, just like horrible things. But then a month later, after John and Alexis became official, Tamara said that she felt bad that Shannon was going through Christmas dealing with this Alexis and John stuff. She has selective memory of how things happen. Wow. With Tamara, it's all about the show. She's just so opinionated about me. She doesn't know anything. Like, you're kind of obsessed. Shannon said that they never had a conversation about her drinking before the season started, despite Tamara's suggestions. Well, also, there was another person who commented on this. Here we go. Thank you to Bywig. Hello, Drama.
Was like, I want to be friends with Shannon. And we were like, well, you can't come here with receipts if you want to be friends with somebody.
Right.
Where do you think do you really think Alexis wanted to be friends with Shannon?
That's the thing with Alexis. And I think that was what was bothering me was I never had a problem with Alexis being with John.
Yeah.
And then the first group outing we went to, which was Heather's party at the Balboa Bay Club, I actually rode there with Alexis. And I felt like on the way there, she was very reasonable. She was like, I don't want to fight with Shannon. I don't want to, I don't want to be in a bad place with her. And I was like, okay, well, that's a mature, aspect. That's, but then we get there and it's like she says one thing, but then she acts completely different. She'll say, I want to be friends, but then she'll humiliate her. She'll say, I just want to get along with this woman, but then she'll constantly talk about John in front of her. And it's like, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Do you feel like it was like mean at times? Do you think she meant to be mean?
Yeah. I mean, when you show up at a dinner and there are a bunch of people there and you have copies of receipts, there's nothing else except you're just trying to humiliate her.
Yeah. Do you feel like John is the term that we always use with him, love bombing her?
I think so. I also think they have a good relationship. I mean, I do think that they really deeply are in love and care about each other. And I don't think anybody really has a problem with that.
I agree with her on that. I do agree with her on that. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section. Welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2. Smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.